Financial Secretary Paul Chan said recently the government's deficit for the current fiscal year will be below $100 billion. Two accounting firms have now forecast that the government will eventually post a deficit of over $90 billion. Academics from the University of Hong Kong said the city is facing a structural financial deficit. They said the city will need to undergo a notable transformation to overcome economic stagnation. Musin reports.
點樣先至可以更好咁提速發展呢?
Financial Secretary Paul Chan will announce the new budget next month. Many people are concerned about what measures the government will take to reduce the deficit in the next fiscal year. Accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers estimates the current fiscal year will end up with a deficit of $94.8 billion, while the government's fiscal reserves will drop to $639.8 billion, equivalent to roughly 10 months of government expenditure. That will also be the lowest level of fiscal reserves recorded by the government. Accounting firm Ernst & Young, or EY, made a similar forecast, a deficit of $98 billion, while the fiscal reserves will fall to $637 billion. Meanwhile, the HKU Business School said a major portion of the government's deficit is structural.
We spend a lot more than we used to. That's one of the causes. And the second cause is the decline of mainly the revenue coming from the land transaction and land sales.
Yang said excessive fiscal reserves may not be a good thing.
The easiest way of paying the deficit is actually to run down the reserves. A government reserve, you can think of it as our money, but in a government account that they're going to use it for some good things for us. If they have enough money to do that, that's enough. That amount, they are not going to use it. They're going to just accumulate it. Then the purpose is different.
The academics said many countries face financial deficits.
Fiscal deficit can be short-term and the debt can absorb it. So we don't have to right away next year get fiscal surplus. Fiscal deficit can last as long as we have an good average condition for the long term.
News said people should not be too concerned about the financial deficit at this stage. Musin, TVB News.